Good evening and welcome to the Nevis newscast for today, Monday, December 14th, 2015. I am Brandy Swanston Hendrickson. Now for the news in detail. The Ministry of Health recognizes the need for the availability of adequate human resources in the right mix in order to ensure there is a healthy population. As such, significant investment in building human resource capacity has occurred in 2015 and will continue in 2016 and beyond. That is according to Deputy Premier and Minister of Health, the Honorable Mark Brantley.
2015 saw an increase in the availability of clinician services, doctors and nurses, Mr. President, at the various health facilities. In the context of doctors, I am pleased to advise that Dr. Tyrone Gill, a local orthopedic surgeon, returned from Cuba in November. His return fills a gap left over 1 year ago with the return of Dr. Harris to Cuba, and I am very pleased, Mr. President, that no longer will persons have to travel to St. Kitts or elsewhere to access orthopedic services. We also benefited from the return of our local doctor, young Floral Hobson, and we hired another doctor, Dr. Nadia Coleman, who's Guyanese, in 2015. We will soon, Mr. President, welcome home 3 additional doctors from Cuba in 2016. This increase in physicians will place Nevis amongst the places in the world with a physician density of over 14 per 10,000 population, which is an indicator of health achievement. This increase in physicians will allow us to achieve greater physician presence at all levels, including the community level.
The Health Minister also noted achievements in the area of nursing.
4 nurses returned from CFBC after completing the bachelor's degree program. This brings the number of bachelor's trained nurses to 5 in the past 2 years. Indeed, let me pause to recognize all of them and congratulate them, but also especially to mention Ms. Chanel Christian, who not only graduated with her degree, but I'm reliably advised placed second in the entire Caribbean region in terms of that accomplishment. We are also pleased to have partnered, Mr. President, with a number of partners, including friendly governments, that have provided short-term training for our nurses. And I give some examples. Nurse Gwyneth Jones Archibald, she completed a 6-week attachment at JNF, and she was exposed to training in peritoneal and hemodialysis. Nurse Rochelle Paris completed a 1-month attachment in Taiwan in the area of accident and emergency. Nurse Ermin Jeffers, coordinator of community nursing services, attended a health policy training course all the way in Singapore.
Strengthening the diagnostic capacity is also a critical area in health, Minister Brantley noted, as he highlighted training received in the areas of laboratory skills and emergency medicine.
The general public may be aware that cancer continues to affect the population at rates that are alarming. In 2014 alone, the incidence, new cases of cancer was 22. The capacity of the laboratory to facilitate early detection of cancer is vital. Currently, 1 medical technologist is completing her 2nd training course in cytology, and that will assist in this regard, Mr. President. Building capacity in emergency medicine is not just limited to the training of doctors and nurses. EMTs also make up a critical part of the team. Currently, 3 persons are undergoing basic EMT training at the JNF in St. Kitts, and EMTs are essential, Mr. President, in emergencies, in terms of emergency response, and even at sporting events, such as our mini Olympics each year.
As outlined by Minister Brantley, training has also continued in the area of health administration.
And we were very pleased to have exposed the hospital administrator to a course in Taiwan this year, where he gained practical experience in hospital information systems, a similar system which will soon be implemented right here in Nevis.
The Ministry of Health noted Minister Brantley continues to partner with various agencies and individuals and put a heightened focus on health promotion. The Nevis Island administration will continue to make every effort to improve and further streamline the work at the Department of Physical Planning, so noted Junior Minister the Honorable Troy Liburd as he made his contribution to the 2016 budget debate. Minister Liburd pointed out that a lot of work has already been done to streamline the physical planning process, as the department has an integral role to play on the island.
In 2015, the department initiated a new application form, allowing them to further streamline the process. Application form is more user-friendly now, and it has certain sections that are specific to different types of development.
According to Minister Liburd, in 2015, the department has sought to improve its communication with designers and developers and improve the turnaround time for plans.
In 2015, the department received 201 plans and applications for development. And of that total, 156 plans have already been approved as of the end of November. Of the plans remaining, a further 15 of those plans were plans that were just received by the department less than a month and are at various stages in the planning process. Of the 30 remaining, 25 of those plans have already been collected by the designers or architects for various reasons, which could include making certain necessary alterations, or there could be other issues that hinder processing. So basically, Mr. President, you have about 5 plans left that are at the Department of Physical Planning.
According to a report from the Department of Physical Planning, construction has commenced on 85 of the buildings which have been approved.
We have 85 projects as a result of approved applications from this year. I want to commend the staff at the Department of Physical Planning for their hard work. It is not an easy place to work because you have to deal with the general public, and when people make their submissions, oftentimes they want their stuff back as soon as possible. So I want to appeal to the general public also. I want to thank them first of all for their patience with the department, and to ask them to continue to exhibit patience with the Department of Physical Planning.
Junior Minister responsible for physical planning, the Honorable Troy Liburd. The Nevis Christian Council is encouraging the public to participate in 3 days of activities it will hold this week as a first and immediate response to what it describes as an upsurge in violent crimes over the past couple of months. Chairman of the Nevis Christian Council, Reverend Telford Matthew, told us the activities that would be taking place.
Wednesday, 16 December, a day of prayer and fast. A prayer service will be held in every church building on the island from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. On Thursday, 17 December, there will be a public march against crime and violence starting at 1 p.m. The march will begin in the vicinity of the old cinema opposite the Roman Catholic Church and will continue throughout Charlestown, ending at the E.T. Willett Park. On Saturday, 19 December, an island-wide motorcade will begin at 6:30 a.m. from the Samuel Hunkins Drive at the Bayfront and continuing through Jessop's with 20 stops along the way back to the Samuel Hunkins Drive. At each stop, a pastor, minister, priest, or church representative will offer prayers or a brief word after reading a passage of Scripture. There will be appropriate music, and persons are urged to have placards, posters, and other related information.
Reverend Matthew is encouraging the public to participate in the activities.
We are calling upon all citizens of Nevis and residents on island to make a special effort to be involved in the activities that have been highlighted, since they are of relevance to the island Nevis. The situation with the upsurge in crime and violence is something that affects all citizens and all residents, and we must all be involved in playing our part to curb such a scourge.
Chairman of the Nevis Christian Council, Reverend Telford Matthew. Still to come.
As we move forward, I want to encourage your staff members to continue to give up your best.
The details after this break.
Hey, you know it's your groovy soca monarch, your boy Speedy, and I'm here with the Inland Revenue Department, and I love my side dish. And guess what? I also love Nevis too. And as a responsible taxpayer, your tax dollars help to build our nation. So I'm here to tell you, pay your taxes on time and be a responsible citizen. And don't get me wrong, it's a serious song. I pay my taxes. Boom!
Welcome back. The Inland Revenue Department is pleased to announce that Friday, December 18th is the prescribed date for the Discounted Value Added Tax VAT Rate Day. This will allow VAT-registered businesses to charge VAT at the rate of 5% on the sale of goods only. All tangible items that are currently subjected to 17% VAT will qualify for the discount on Friday. Items eligible must also be available for sale and immediate issuance or delivery to the customer on discounted VAT rate day. Orders for items not in stock do not qualify. Guns, ammunition, cigarettes, and alcoholic beverages, including wine, brandy, vodka, whiskey, gin, rum, liquors, beer, Guinness, Royal Stout, Carib, and Smirnoff Ice are not eligible. For vehicle purchases, VAT will be exempt on the first $75,000. Any costs in excess of $75,000 will attract the standard 17% VAT. Only businesses which have filed all their VAT returns and have no outstanding taxes, licenses, penalties, and/or interest due to the Inland Revenue Department or the Customs and Excise Department have been registered for discounted VAT rate day. A list of all approved businesses will be published on the Inland Revenue Department's website, www.sknird.com, by Wednesday, December 16th, 2015. The Nevis Air and Seaports Authority NASPA held its annual awards and dinner on Thursday, December 10th at the Occasions Events Center at Pinnes Industrial Site. Various employees at NASPA were awarded for their outstanding contributions to the institution over the years. Chairman Colin Dorr thanked the 103 employees of NASPA for their continued service and encouraged them to continue to work together.
Now, this evening is very important in the life of NASPA. It gives us the opportunity to say thank you to you, the hard-working staff, for the contribution you have made to the board over the extended life of NASPA. We have grown as an organization, and we have grown because together we're able to work as a team, and that is critical in any organization. If we have a teamwork, we will move distance and we will move far.
Premier of Nevis, the Honorable Vance Amory, was also present at the awards dinner and delivered remarks.
Each one of you who are employees of the Nevis Air Supports have a responsibility to make sure that you perform your duties with the commitment which the General Manager has asked for you to do, with the dedication and with the interest of your country, your island home at heart. I only have one objective, one agenda item, that is Nevis, nothing else. That is the agenda which I want all of us to have. We must do what we can for our country through the agencies in which we work. And if we can make them good, efficient, professional, profitable, then we will benefit.
Meanwhile, Meanwhile, General Manager Brandy says NASPA has upgraded throughout the year with additions and refurbishment, including a new fueling truck, a new air conditioning system at the Vance W. Amory International Airport, patrol boats, a mini gym for the staff, and the refurbishing of the airport's runway, which is currently ongoing. Brandy also outlined some of NASPA's plans for 2016.
Other initiatives include a program called Inside NASPA, in which we will inform and educate the public about NASPA. We also want to get into the schools to apprise students of careers and the required skills for jobs at the Nevis and Sports Authority. We have decided to work more closely with the Ministry of Health in the upkeep of Central Charleston. We believe to a large extent that Charleston is the face of NASPA. As part of this initiative, we have decided to recognize in some way the men who faithfully and wholeheartedly clean the drains and other areas of the town.
The Nevis Air and Seaports Authority is also scheduled to host the 19th Annual General Meeting of the Port Management Association of the Caribbean in 2016. That's it for tonight's edition of the Nevis Newscast. Thank you for viewing. I'm Brandy Swanston Hendrickson. Good night.